Hello one, hello all, it is I, yes, the amazing, the spectacular, the supreme Scubasich.
That's a very healthy introduction, isn't that?
Who are you, sir?
I am Chris Mellini, and that is all. That's all there is to it.
We both saw Rogue One a couple of weeks ago actually, it's been a while. And we have said what we need to say. Actually,
I have not, because I haven't been.
In a quick summation, what do you think of Rogue One?
Rogue One was a good Star Wars movie for me. Oh, well, a Star Wars installation. I liked the just the story behind it, all the things we didn't see in The New Hope that built up to it, how the Death Star was this menacing thing. We'll get into that later.
Okay. Yeah, so I said what I needed to say. If you have not already, go check out my non-spoiler review. The link will be down below. But if you have not seen Rogue One and you are watching this video, you should probably stop because we're going to get into spoilers. We're going to spoil everything for you. So if you have not done that already, please go watch the movie. And Han Solo dies in the Force Awakens. So sorry, it's been a year. One of the things that kind of started off early in the movie was was Tarkin being in the movie. Tarkin. He was just CGI the whole movie. And I gotta say, it was something that I didn't even notice until someone told me after the movie.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, once you realize that it's CGI, there are some CGIs, I'm looking at you, Gods of Egypt, that really just pull you away from what's going on. Uh-huh. But, like, the way they did General Tarkin, like, you knew that this was CGI, but it wasn't distracting at all.
Yeah. What did you make of the young Princess Leia spot?
Well, we only saw her for a 6-second slot. But I thought it was also very good. I mean, that one was a little more telling that it was CGI since, you know, Carrie Fisher, the late,
she was just
great
Carrie
Fisher.
Yeah, R.I.P. This is literally just happened the other day. It's kind of hard to talk about Princess Leia since she's no longer with us. They seamlessly tied in the ending of Rogue One to A New Hope, and it wasn't like how Revenge of the Sith tied into A New Hope, where it was just shoehorning scene after scene. It kind of felt like a jumbled. Someone was juggling. And they said, "Let's just put this here and this there and this that." But yeah, it was very. It was like a very well-oiled machine. The way it kind of steamrolled into.
And to kind of continue on that, speaking of circling in the Vader scenes,
the first scene where he just turns around and he's just force choking the general, and the way he does it, and the way the camera hits him, and the way the lights are hitting him, he just turns around, and does that thing with his hand. And he says, "Don't choke on your aspirations," or something like that. It's amazing stuff.
When they were having the conversation, everything he was saying meant so much just because it was just little bits and pieces of Darth Vader. So everything that he was in was important.
It's the first Darth Vader stuff we got since the last of Return of the Jedi. Yeah. We didn't. I mean, we got the no scene in Revenge of the Sith, but this is what people want to see. Yeah. They don't want to see him screaming like an idiot.
And also
the second
that last Vader scene.
That Vader scene is how it's gonna come
around the world. Yeah. Is that Vader scene.
That will go down as one of the best scenes in a Star Wars movie ever. And this is not necessarily the best Star Wars movie ever, but this scene alone
is one of the best Star Wars scenes ever.
This is Vader at the height of his powers.
We have never seen Darth Vader do this. Vader comes in, you see a black screen, all you see is the red lightsaber, and then all hell breaks loose. Everything.
It's
no
gorgeous.
holds barred.
It's amazing. Did you think they were going to cut the camera when he opened the sword?
I didn't know what to expect.
I was too like...
I was paralyzed.
Yeah, I was too caught in the moment to even think of anything like that. But yeah, thank God they didn't, because what we got was absolutely sublime.
When someone tries to spoil a movie, they say everyone dies. But no, everyone dies.
I was kind of like expecting everyone to just eat, at the end. I was just expecting everyone to, to die.
It tells the importance of the mission they were on.
Yeah, it does.
Because they would die to save the galaxy, pretty much.
Yeah. It's a very convenient way for Disney to not explain where the rest of these characters are after the events of, The Force Awakens and the original trilogy. It's a testament to how lackluster the characters were when the most heartbroken character I was to see go was K2SO, a droid. But yeah, he had the most, that's the thing, of all the deaths that happened, he had, the most pleasing death. It's not even like I'm an asshole, like I'm saying that. It's just the way he went out meant more to the audience than everyone else did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can agree with that, because K2SO was a character throughout the movie that it was instant joy whenever he got on the screen, because it was so much comic relief that he applied.
It's not like an Alderaan thing anymore, where they just shoot the beam and it just explodes instantly. Remember that from the first one?
Yeah.
It's like it's like, you know, like almost like a disaster film type thing. Like it hits and then the planet just combusts almost, and it's like kind of happening slowly. It's not consistent with the other movies, but I think that if they're gonna do that going forward, it kind of makes sense. They kind of fixed what the whole, you know, how someone would say, why would they design the Death Star and make that big flaw? They kind of explain it in this movie. I think that that's pretty cool. It kind of explains what that big question for the ages of the Star Wars universe.
And I was refreshed when I found out that it wasn't just like, oh, whoopsie, we made this huge thing, it's pretty much a target. But it's like someone who didn't believe what the Empire was doing was right. So they made a plan to destroy them.
The cameos, you pick up on a lot of the cameos?
Yeah.
What do you think of all the cameos? Because I don't want to think this movie as something that's just being a nostalgia type thing where you just watch it because of nostalgia. And because we get the Princess Leia, we get the general from you know, the other movies. I forget his name. It's drawing a blank right now. We get C-3PO and R2. We even get the two guys in the car seat.
The guy with the note.
Which makes no sense, by the way, because Jeddah eats it.
That's why I don't like cameos.
That causes the problem because now you're thinking, well, how did they get out? How, you know, because they got to make a way to
exploded. I'm a fan of cameos that are
purposeful to the story.
Responsible.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of responsible cameos. Princess Leia. Tarkin wasn't a cameo. He was a
vital point.
He was a plot point. But like cameos that you can go back later and rectify I'm a fan of. But throwing C-3PO and R2-D2, I'm not a fan. Is it C-3PO?
C-3PO, yeah.
Okay. I've been saying CP3O for a long time. But throwing like C-3PO and R2-D2 in, I'm not a fan of that because it's just like trying to get cheap pops and an attaboy at fans saying, this is Star Wars. See, remember these people, Star Wars?
Yeah. But to wrap it up, I think that this movie is a good movie. It's not like, it doesn't live up to me. It doesn't live up to The Force Awakens. But this is a different movie. You're going to like this movie if you enjoy these type of movies. No one can tell you you're wrong if you like this movie more than Star Wars The Force Awakens. It's just comes down to what you like.
Yeah. It's your preference. This movie for me, it's fun. The story, like you said, the characters they fall short. Besides Felicity Jones, the characters fall short in their explanation of why they're there, where they came from. For me, Richard gave his rating in his non-spoiler review, but I didn't. For me, I'm giving this movie a solid 8. So that's where I feel like that's where the general consensus is, around the 8.5s, somewhere around there. It's a fun movie. I recommend it. I think you all should go see it.
Absolutely. Anything to say?
Ciao.
Thank you for watching another one of our videos. We are The Fifth Row, or 2 parts of The Fifth Row.
Fifth Row and guest.
What used to be The Fifth Row. Fifth Row, Fifth Row, Fifth Row. I'm gone. Peace.